Cold War has the best settings in any COD game to date, even better than Warzone. I said it, I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna say it again, better than Warzone. And today I'll be showing you guys how to improve your gameplay just by changing a few little things in your settings. So if you're wondering how people drop shot you really fast, jump shot you like crazy, and you can't even barely aim at them, and how people are super accurate at long distances, and how they could drop you in the matter of seconds, well, you've come to the right video. Today we're gonna be talking about the best settings that I use and the best settings for you guys as well within Cold War, and you guys can apply this to Warzone, Modern Warfare, and all that kind of stuff. And we won't be going over the boring settings as well. We're just going to be going over the stuff that helps you improve your gameplay. So today we're focusing on the important stuff. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops Cold War video, and today we're going to be talking about these settings. Now before we get into this, if you guys could drop a like on this one, we're going to go for 2,000 likes on this video. That would be amazing. And if you guys could subscribe to the channel as fast as possible, because we're currently at 666 subs and we got to get off that 666,000. That's not a good number. Help me get the hell out of that number. I want to stay as far away from that as possible. And guys, comment down below your average kills per game in the comments down below. I just said that. I don't know why I said that again. But if you guys let me know what you guys average per game. I'm really interested in seeing. I guess I would kind of average like maybe 40-ish kills per game if it's a smaller map, and if it's a bigger map, maybe 30, 40, I don't know. Let me know what you guys average down in the comments, and let's talk about the most important tip first. And I think, in all honesty, the most important one in these settings is the button layout. Now the button layout, there's a few things you guys could do. One of them is definitely stick and move. Stick and move is probably one of the most important ones if you're going for jump shots. It's really easy. It doesn't change anything except for the fact that you will not be jumping with X anymore. Instead, you're going to be using the R3 joystick to jump, the right joystick to jump shot people, and this means that you could jump and remain accurate at the same time. You guys can move around while jumping. It's really easy, and then your knife button goes over to the X. That's all it changes, and that's what I play on. But there's another one that you guys could definitely go on as well, and that is the tactical. This one's going to keep your jump on X, but instead of R3 being to jump or anything like that, it's going to help you guys go crouch or prone. This way you could drop shot people while remaining accurate. And if you guys use attachments that allow you to continue ADSing while drop shotting, this is the best one for you. This is going to help you. And in Cold War, man, we already know it, drop shotting is probably better than jump shotting. So if you guys could get your hands on this, use attachments that allow you to ADS while drop shotting, you're going to be practically unstoppable with this right here. But now let's move on to some other settings as well. And the second most important one to me, in my honest opinion, is flipping your controls. All you got to do is from default set it to flipped. It's that easy. That's all you have to do. And instead of shooting with L2 and R2, you're now going to be shooting with L1 and R1. You're going to aim down sights with L1 and shoot with R1. It only comes in a few milliseconds faster. You only shoot your gun a few milliseconds faster, but we all know that all the guns in this game only take milliseconds to kill people. So if you could get in 100 milliseconds faster than an enemy, chances are you're going to be getting that kill if he's shooting with R2 and you're shooting with R1. You're going to shoot a few seconds faster, and it's going to help you out a lot. Going down to another one that's pretty important, that is the sensitivity, and I'm talking about horizontal and vertical. So honestly, I'm keeping it on 8. I feel like 8 is perfect for me. It might be high for some of you, but you got to play on something that allows you to be able to turn on people really fast but still remain accurate. So for some of you guys, playing on a 12 or something might be really good. You could be really accurate on that. But what I always suggest to people is to start somewhere at a 4, which is a medium sensitivity, and every time you go ahead and shoot at people, you're gonna get better. The sensitivity is gonna be easier for you. So you could gradually every few days bring it up by 1. A few days later, bring it up by another 1 as well, and then a few days later bring it up to a 7 on both of them there until you feel comfortable. If you go to an 8 and then a day later you bring it to a 9 and you realize 9's too fast and you just can't get used to it, go back to an 8 and that's gonna be alright for you guys. Now let's talk about the ADS stick sensitivity, low zoom and high zoom. I have it set at 1 because this is what most people have it set to, and not a lot of people change this. So the low zoom is anything that is 3 times or lower in terms of the scope. So if you're using a scope like one of them that doesn't have a magnification, this is it. If you're using a iron sight, this is it. So what you want to do for this one, you could keep it at 1. I keep it at 1. I'm being honest with you guys. Or you could put it a little bit higher as well, because these are the guns you're using for closer range, and if an enemy's really close to you, moving really fast, you want to be able to shoot him. Now this one right here, the high zoom, is for a longer range. range. This is anything with the magnification 4 times or higher. This one, I don't suggest going to a 1.28 or a 1.1. I suggest bringing this one down to a 0.80 or a 0.90 at that, and that's going to help you guys remain accurate, especially if you're sniping and stuff. This is going to help you out a ton. Now let's move on to some other stuff as well. Controller vibration. A lot of people don't think this is important. This is super important, and I always recommend disabling controller vibration. There's no reason to have it on, none whatsoever. If you could play without the controller vibration, it's going to be so much better for you. Now, it's going to take a few days to get used to playing without it. It's going to feel super weird the second you turn it off, but there's controllers like Scuff. I'm sure you guys have all heard of those. You could take out the thing in your controller, the rumbles that actually vibrate your controller to make your controller lighter. But if you don't have a Scuff, just easily go here, turn it off, and when your vibration is on, it could mess up your accuracy a bit. It shakes a lot, so your thumb is shaking with your controller, and it's not that easy to stay on target at longer distances. So always turn that off. Now, trigger effect, if you don't have a PlayStation 5, you don't have this option, but I do have a PlayStation 5, and I'm gonna tell all of you guys who do have one, disable this. Do not leave this on. If you're shooting with L2 and R2 and you don't feel like flipping your buttons, do not enable it. Just disable it. It's gonna be a lot quicker to shoot at people, especially if you're tap firing. If you have this on, it makes your triggers hard to hit, and tap firing is just not gonna be easy. Now, you can turn down the vibration intensity as well, but just turning it off completely is so much better. Now, let's talk about the target aim assist. You wanna have that enabled, and let's talk about the target aim assist mode. There's a few different modes here, and some of them that I recommend is either going to be standard, because this one is traditional, everybody is used to this one. This is what I like a lot. But another one is precision. This one's good because it has a strong aim slowdown that only kicks in when aiming closer to the target, and this is really good if you're already accurate but you want to be a little more accurate. This is going to help you out a lot. So once you actually get on target, you get a shot on target, this kicks in and it's going to stick to them like glue. So definitely go ahead and use this. It's really nice, and or standard. Those are the only two I would ever recommend in terms of the aim assist mode. I wouldn't recommend any other ones at that. Now let's go on to some more things down here. Now there's obviously these here, aim down sight behavior. You want to leave it on hold. Steady aim behavior, again, you want to leave it at hold. You don't want to put this all the way to toggle, because then it's just, you have to toggle it on and off. It's not cool. Armor behavior, apply all, especially if you're using armor and stuff like that. You definitely want to put that. Now this is the last one I want to talk about in the controller. So this right here, the left stick minimum input threshold, you could definitely put this down if you want your controller to be a lot more responsive, but 5 is nice, 10 is nice as well, and these numbers help you so that if you do misjudge your controller, you do shake it a little bit and you do move the right joystick a little bit, it's not, or the left one at this is the left one we're talking about, you're not going to move, but this is the left one, so you can leave it at 5. The right one is where it gets really important, and this is where I suggest actually setting it to anywhere between 5 and 10. This is once you're aiming at people, if you do move a little bit, it won't register it. So if you will stay easier on target, aim assist is on, it's going to stay on targets. So definitely go ahead and put that up, or keep it down at a 5 or anything like that. I don't recommend turning it off, because then once you do move your joystick, even just a millimeter, it's going to register that in game. So somewhere between a 5 and a 10 is really nice. I play on 5 and 5, and that might be the default, but definitely go ahead and do that. Now stick layout here, again, this is just for your sticks. I don't recommend ever changing this unless you like making your brain scrambled. Go ahead and do that. Controller sound, again, I disable it. I play with a headset. There's no point in me having that. Auto move forward, a lot of people like that. You could definitely go ahead and do that, so you could start sprinting while automatically moving and stuff. It's easy, it's cool. I leave it disabled. Now let's get away from this. These are all boring. These are all really boring to talk about. So let's go into the actual graphics. This is the last one I'm probably going to talk about, and then audio I'm going to get into quickly, but there's nothing else you guys need to know. So this one right here, brightness, in Black Ops games, I always recommend setting it to 100. It looks nice on every monitor, on every TV I've ever played on Black Ops games. Setting it to 100 is really nice and bright. If you lower it, the game's just going to get really dark. Now in Modern Warfare or Warzone, you want to set that to where it's actually almost not visible whatsoever, the logo. In this game, you want to keep it at 100. So honestly, in Modern Warfare, I play at 55. It looks good in that game. In this game, 100. Going down to ray tracing, disabled it. There's no point. I mean, I found with ray tracing enabled, I was losing more frames. With it disabled, I'm able to consistently get 120 frames. So definitely disable that. Obviously horizontal. Now here is where it's important, the field of view. You want to set this at 110. Trust me, just set it to 110 and your accuracy at long distance is going to be super easy. And then motion blur, definitely disable that. Now the volume, again, you want to leave this all at 100, but I would honestly suggest putting the super bass boost on, because it does help out a lot in hearing footsteps and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the settings. Go ahead, you guys can copy exactly what I did if you want. Again, let me know down in the comments below what you guys average in terms of kills per game. And if you guys could subscribe to the channel and help me get away from the 666k subscribers, that would really help me out a lot. Guys, drop a like on this video for 1,000, or actually 2,000 we're gonna go for on this one. I know you guys can do it. Go ahead and smash it. My name is Nick. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.